Assuming that you haven't communicated with any aliens, what are your thoughts on UFOs and aliens? Is that something that you would like to do one day?
I mean, I'd like to know that they're out there. That would be fascinating. I'm not sure that I personally want to engage with them. Like, I maybe leave that up to people who have a little bit more experience, a linguist or a scientist or military, depending on exactly on what is going on. Yeah.
I like the fact in this movie that the aliens weren't necessarily out to get us.
Yeah, not at all. It was sort of about developing language so that we could then help each other. And I did like that, is learning to communicate in order to serve one another.
What about the fact that your character could see into the future? Is that something that, I mean, to me, I think that would be horrific, but...
Completely horrific. I would not want to do that either. Yeah, not even. I think that it takes a lot of... it would take a lot of courage to know what's coming and not make an effort to change it, or to accept that maybe you can't change it. Maybe it already exists, you know. So it's always tricky.
You're also in the Tom Ford movie Nocturnal Animals. Can you talk a little about working with him?
Tom is wonderful. Tom's exactly what you would sort of expect him to be, and yet full of contradictions and surprises. So on the surface, it's very much, you know, Tom Ford, and he sits in a chair like this when you speak with him, and he's so perfectly pressed, and I've never seen him rumpled. You know, at most maybe one extra button's undone, you know, and then you know it's a crazy day. But then he also is very, very kind and very loyal, and he has a sweet tooth like crazy. That's what I like to tell people, because it's just not what you imagine is Tom Ford in that suit in the morning eating a sticky bun. Like, imagine my surprise. I was like, you eat that? He's like, every morning on set. I was like, I was so shocked.
And he still looks like that.
Slim.
Also, you worked with Isla Fisher, who's also in that movie.
Yeah.
She's always saying that she's mistaken for you all
It
the time.
goes both ways, yes. And she's very sweet about it. And I'm also very flattered. She's a lovely woman, and I think she's much prettier than me. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I look just like Isla. So, yeah.
You'll have to play sisters at some point.
I would love that. I think we would both have a good time. We get along very well. So
Thank
I'm
you.
lucky it's a nice woman that gets mistaken. That
Exactly.
yeah. It'd be trouble if she didn't like me.